The draft lottery promo is slowly coming to an end. We're into the last 2 or 3 days of this promo. EA did end up dropping those 100 overall masters, each giving out their own boost, but they are to position and not to team, which I don't necessarily see as a bad thing. We just got lucky with that semi-finals promo that those masters somehow had a team boost. And it now seems that everyone's thinking every other player after this one is going to have a team boost, but that is not the case. We are going to go back to those position ones, because what we had last time in the semi-finals promo was just simply a mess up on EA's part where we did actually get those team boosts. So I'm not too fussed about that. The 100 overall masters, they're looking okay. Their stats aren't the best. There could be some improvements in that, but the main issues start to arise when you look at the actual promo format itself. We've had this one multiple times now. We've had it in the All-Star Historic promo, St. Patrick's Day, all of this stuff we have had before, and it isn't that good. There's loads of stuff that can be improved with this promo, and the main thing is those tokens, because what you actually get out of this is maybe that 98 for free, possibly a 100 overall for free if you are completely no money spent. If you're paid to win, it is going to cost you quite a bit of money to get up to those 100 overall masters, but it depends on also whether they are worth it for you in those masters, because as I said, the stats aren't amazing. There are some decent stats here and there. They are some decent stats, but they're nothing really jump out and makes you want to really get them. And then actually going on to the events themselves. Now you have got a good variety of events. There's different ones unlocking every single day. There's a blitz event, there's an extra event you can play through on top of that, and it is very nice in the amount of events you're getting through. It isn't too much in stamina cost. It is just the right amount, I think, in those stamina costs. But the main issues is playing through all of these games. Like if you look at the player ones themselves, so like James Harden event, the Lonzo Ball events, all of these ones over here, you have to play a whole game. Now that for some people is okay, but for me that is just a little bit of a long thing to do. It would be so much better if you could play through drills or something. I do get the fact that the main player wants to get the 82 overall ones do actually have a win the whole game, but for me the other ones on top of that, the 5 events, do seem like they take forever playing through a whole game, and you're playing with your multi-year lineup, which is pretty much guaranteed to win. So I don't really see the point of us having to play through a whole game. Maybe that's just me, maybe you guys find that not too bad, but I just think it's just going to take forever and it isn't really worth it in what you're actually getting in. As whilst the grind isn't too much on the stamina front, it is a long grind in that it's going to take you quite a while to play through the event, just simply because you have to play through the whole game, which does make it quite a bit of a grind for not that much of what you're actually getting out completely free, which is possibly that 98, and then also on top of that maybe a 100 overall if you do get lucky enough to get him. But it isn't too much from what you're actually putting in terms of time wise, spending through and playing through all of these long games. What I did think would be some improvements to maybe add to this promo format, obviously change up those different token requirements for the sets, maybe the player requirements, all of that stuff could be a nice little fix. And one thing I also thought about is maybe they add a leaderboard in every single day. So maybe you're going through, you're getting to yourself those ping pong points, and that will add up onto a leaderboard, and the higher you get in that leaderboard determines some rewards you'll get. Maybe you get some extra tokens to help yourself with the promo the higher up you get, and then maybe at the top you get yourself not just a 85 overall player, but you also maybe get a little bit of a boost in the actual sets themselves. So instead of an 85, maybe you go and get yourself a 95 if you get to the top of the leaderboard, because that would save yourself quite a few tokens. It would help yourself out quite a bit, and that'd be really fun to go ahead and play through every single day with that leaderboard. It would give a lot more players a chance to maybe get up to the top of the leaderboard, maybe wait and hold on to some of the sets, be a bit tactical with where they're spending their tokens so they can get the most on one single day. I think that'd be a little addition to maybe add, and it might actually help out the token issue with what you can get from this promo. But that's just a little thought that I had, and as I said, the promo hasn't been absolutely amazing. It's been sort of mediocre. There's nothing really stand out. It is sort of the same old sort of stuff. But going on to what you guys think, I asked you guys as usual on my YouTube community page and on my Discord server what you lot think. If you want to try and be in future promo review videos like this one, make sure you're subscribed and notifications turned on, and also join the Discord server. The link as always is in the description down below. But Aguero the GOAT over here, it says it's a bit repetitive, but I like it all the time. It's easy to understand, low stamina cost, and a decent selections, 8 out of 10. And I do see that it is very simple to go ahead and play through. The very first time we had this promo this season was the All-Star Historic promo. I called that one a refreshing promo because it was nice to see that promo format again, and it was a very simple grind. You've got your basic events you have to play through. It's pretty easy to understand. A lot of people sometimes get worried that there aren't going to be those 100 masters or that the 90 98s are just going to be the only thing. But hopefully by this point, a lot of people do understand that those masters are going to drop as they did later on in the promo. And of course, those different events for the different masters would actually drop at different times, which I still don't get. Why can't we just have all of those masters unlocking by the end of it? So on the first day you get 1, on the second day you get 2, third day you get 3, fourth day you get 4, and then for the rest of the promo, all 5 of those unlocked. I still don't get why we really have 1 at a time, as it were, and then sometimes 2 a day. That is a slight issue in my mind. Again, that could just be me. Maybe you guys don't see an issue with that one. RevTrev4 over here says, well, if you grind the promo, you can get yourself 198 overall. And if you grind like crazy and don't mess up by using some of your cards early, then you can get yourself a 100 overall. Because this has low stamina and it's a simple promo, it has some decent named players, I'll give it a 3 out of 10. Semi-finals was way better than this. And it is sort of like on a flip side. So the semi-finals promo was good in some aspects, but bad in, say, the stamina cost element. Whereas this promo over here, it's good in some aspects that the semi-finals promo wasn't like those stamina costs, but then it isn't also good in some other places, like the players you're getting out of them, the grindability, and also how fun it is to actually play through. It is sort of a balance between the two. We've literally switched things up completely with the types of promos that we're getting and what's actually good and what's not good and what both promos are lacking. But I do see a lot of people going ahead and spending through their tokens really quickly at the beginning of the promo, which is kind of a bad thing to do because you want to save them up till the end when you can then exchange them. Maybe you get through the milestones and get yourself a little bit of a helper, but a lot of people do end up spending through those tokens, which I mean, I try and like steer people towards saving your tokens a little bit more, waiting through the milestones. But if you're going to spend through your tokens and you can't get yourself a 98 at the end of it or 100 overall, that's something to think about if we do actually get another promo similar to this in that format. It's better to save those tokens, and a lot of people do overlook that and they do actually just completely spend through the tokens, get to that final set and then realize, oh, I've wasted a bunch of tokens at the beginning. I could have waited to get that 92 in the milestones or something like that. Is a little bit sad to see. Another comment over here on Discord says, yet again, a lot of people are going to miss out on a free 100 overall player with a boost. It's sad to see it happen. I give this format a 9 out of 10. Now, I don't know what he's alluding to here. Maybe he's alluding to what I just simply said with them actually spending through their tokens early on. Maybe he's just mentioning that some people free to play might not get this master, whereas some might, depending on how lucky you are or if you're paid to win and no money spent. But 9 out of 10 is a very strong positive review for this promo. A lot of people, and we'll go on to the actual rating for this promo that a lot of people have put, but this is kind of a high review for this promo over here. I do get a lot of people will like this promo and look at it and say it's simple, it's easy to grind through, it's not too difficult, you can get yourself a good master, and it is a win-win over there. Logan on YouTube says, I don't like the format, but it's an easy grind and doesn't cost much stamina. 7 out of 10 for me. And most of the people who are rating this promo pretty highly are sort of focusing on those like easy to grind format, and it isn't costing yourself a huge amount of stamina at all. JT Lego Gun says, not that good, but not that bad either. Pretty average promo. We've had a similar promo like this in the All-Star Historic promo, but overall the Draft Lottery promo is an okay promo. I'll definitely be getting that 98 overall Anthony Davis for sure. And I do think Anthony Davis is a master a lot of people would go for, whereas when you look at the 100 overall masters, more people might lean towards that Lonzo Ball just because of the boost he's giving out. But I do actually see it. It is kind of like in the middle. As I said, it's a mediocre sort of promo. There's nothing stand out. There's nothing to make it absolutely horrendous. Some people are choosing to play it, some people aren't, and some people are just in between playing it a bit here and there. Another comment over here says 8 out of 10. It's easy to grind because cheap stamina. It's the format I don't like because you have to wait some days. Example, if you want to grind the rice event, you're going to have to wait 3 to 4 days. And I do see that again. I don't understand why we're still getting it where they're each unlocking at different times. Why not have it so you're like accumulating the event as we have with, say, a Manatee Madness promo style format, where over the period of time more events unlock and there's more events to play through overall as we keep going through that format. I think that's a bit more fun to go ahead and play through, but again, that's just my opinion. Drip Yonko over here says, very good promo, probably the best promo EA has produced, very easy to grind and easy to hit the milestones. This is really interesting, saying that it's the best promo EA has produced, because I definitely disagree with this. I know a lot of other people who would disagree with this, but it's interesting to see that they have put that it is the best promo that EA have produced. It definitely is between 3 promos up the top for me: the All-Star promo, the Lone Warriors promo, and the Look Back promo. Those 3 are at the top for me. This one is just simply nowhere near that for me, but that is my opinion, and this is why I get you guys and your thoughts and opinions on the promo themselves. Another comment says very bad stats for players, and that's the most important thing about promo, so I'll give it a 2 out of 10. And it is interesting to see, obviously lots of people think about mainly different things with different promos. Some people look straight away at the events and the stamina costs, other people look at the players, the boosts, all of that stuff, other people look at how much you're going to get, no money spent, and it all determines what makes a good promo for you. This guy over here says he's mainly looking at the players, and I do understand it. Like some of the stats, there's nothing really jumping out at you saying, oh, this is an amazing card, this card has amazing stats, which I do understand. But then going on to our final poll over here, we had 1,500 votes, and it was out of 5 stars. At 1 star we had 58% of the votes, 2 stars had 8%, 3 stars had 18%, 4 stars had 8%, and 5 stars also had 8%. So the majority, by quite a bit, going with that 1 star at the bottom, the lowest rating you could possibly give with this poll. I'd say it's definitely between 2 and 3 stars for me. It's not that bad that it's a 1-star promo. There are still some things that are good with it, but there are some key improvements that we could see with this type of promo format, and we've had it quite a few times now. We really need something to change when we have this next time, if we do, which I'm hoping if we do get this next time, we have to have some improvements, whether that be a leaderboard, whether that be taking a look at some exchange sets, taking a look at the actual token requirements themselves. That would all be great to make this promo as best as it possibly can. But now that the conference semi-finals have been wrapped up, I was actually looking back at when we simulated the playoffs in NBA Live Mobile, and quite a lot of those games, in fact all of the Western Conference games, have been predicted correctly. And if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's in the bottom left hand corner. Go click on that video to see who EA named as the 2022 playoff champions, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.